June is Thyroid Awareness Month. The thyroid is a small gland at the base of your throat, and it helps to regulate your metabolism, your hormones, and the overall health of your body. So when something goes wrong, thyroid disease can really affect and change an individual's life. The Thyroid Foundation of Canada has been helping patients for 45 years, and it's celebrating this milestone with a song. Joining us now is the president of the Thyroid Foundation of Canada, Laz Bouros. Good morning, Laz.
Good morning, Michelle.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now tell us about the thyroid. What does it do exactly?
Well, the thyroid gland controls the metabolism of your body, pretty much every aspect of your body. So if you've got too much thyroid hormone, you wind up having issues. And if you have too little, you also have issues. So you've got to be in that middle range where it's functioning properly. So for example, if you have too little thyroid hormone being produced, you experience dry skin, goiter, depression, fatigue, sensitivity to cold, and weak, slow heartbeat. It affects your cardiovascular system. If you have too much, you experience weight loss, anxiety, rapid, forceful heartbeat, intolerance to hot weather, muscle weakness, thyroid enlargement, tremor, and eye changes. So these are typically, if you have too much, it's called hyperthyroid. If you have too little, it's hypothyroid.
Okay, and how many people are affected by this in our country?
Well, it affects about 10% of the population. So in Canada, we're looking at about 4 million Canadians that have some form of thyroid conditions.
And how does it affect their everyday lives?
Well, it can, as I mentioned, you can exhibit all these symptoms or having too much or too little. And about, I'd say, half the population hasn't been properly diagnosed yet. So there's people walking around with these conditions that may be wondering, how come they're not feeling well? Mm-hmm. So we're here basically to provide some support for the public in general, and also for patients who have been identified as having a thyroid condition.
Well, the Thyroid Foundation of Canada has been around for 45 years. You want to raise awareness about this disease, and you're doing that through music. Tell us about that.
Well, I was looking for ways to promote thyroid awareness, and started looking at different ways to doing it. And then I realized that I've also been, besides what I do now, I've also been a musician all my life. So I thought, why don't I write a song about thyroid disease? I don't think it's ever been written about before. So I wrote a song about working on the Thyroid Line, which is our helpline, where people can call in and get support from us in terms of moral support or information about thyroid disease.
And what kind of response are you getting to this song so far?
We haven't really been promoting it much because of all the issues regarding trade wars and certainly the recent federal election. So now we're trying to promote it as part of the June is Thyroid Month campaign.
And people can find this video on YouTube, is that right?
It's on our YouTube channel. You just have to bring up YouTube and search for working on the Thyroid Line, and it'll pop up for you.
And how proud are you of this song that you've created?
Well, I think it's a catchy tune.
Okay.
and I think people will enjoy it. Certainly gives the idea of what it's like working for a charity, a health charity, on the helpline. And so that gives that kind of a perspective of what it's like.